The Pinnacle of Grisly. Harry disgusts the public as luring Jill Biden into his dirty plan on air. Prince Harry is set to team up with Jill Biden today to host a virtual event celebrating the Warrior Games. The Duke of Sussex and the First Lady will join forces for the virtual event on Monday that will honor Warrior Games athletes, their families and caregivers. The annual games for wounded, ill and injured active duty and veteran U.S. military service members have been cancelled this year due to COVID. Harry, who is living in California after quitting royal duties with Meghan Markle last year, and Mrs. Biden had planned to attend in person before the games, which were due to be held in Orlando, were cancelled. A series of virtual events will instead be held from September 13 to 17. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and Ken Fisher, Chairman and CEO of Fisher House Foundation, will join the Duke and the First Lady for today's virtual event. The Duchess of Sussex was not included on the list of participants. Harry and Mrs. Biden have previously bonded over their work on veterans issues. Joe Biden and his wife have attended the Duke's Invictus Games in the past. And Harry first attended the Warrior Games in 2013. Today will be the Duke and Mrs. Biden's first joint event since she entered the White House. Prince Harry's Invictus Games and Walking with the Wounded projects were mentioned by Dr. Biden during a visit to members of Butte Surf veterans. This organization, with the slogan Surf, Grow, Heal, is based in Cornwall and provides social support and surfing excursions for veterans, first responders and their families. Speaking about some of Prince Harry's most successful initiatives, U.S. First Lady said, "I've done a lot with the Invictus Games and Walking with the Wounded. Joe and I met with them. So there's so many connections and that's why it was important to hear their stories and hear how they've triumphed." This remark comes amid tensions between the palace and the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The Invictus Games is a foundation and international multi-sports tournament established by Prince Harry for sick, wounded and injured veterans and servicemen and women. It aims to use the power of sport and community to inspire recovery, support rehabilitation and raise awareness and respect for people who served their countries. The last games took place in 2018 in Sydney, and both Prince Harry and Meghan attended the opening and closing ceremonies. The Hague was meant to host the next tournament in 2020, but the games have been postponed to 2022 due to the coronavirus pandemic. Last week, Prince Harry announced the dates for the 2023 games, to be held in Germany. The Duke of Sussex took inspiration for his successful initiative from the Warrior Games. Thanks to the Invictus Games, Prince Harry met two U.S. presidents and first ladies who engaged with the event, the Obamas and the Bidens. In fact, Prince Harry met Joe and Jill Biden years before the Queen, with the now First Lady traveling to London in 2014 to cheer for the U.S. team taking part in the first ever Invictus Games. Harry met her again in 2016 when he traveled to Orlando, Florida, for the 2016 Games. There, he also met the then U.S. Vice President, Mr. Biden. At the time, Mr. Biden joked about his wife and Prince Harry's relationship, saying, "Jill went to London for the last games. She spent too much damn time with Prince Harry." During her meeting with Butte Surf Veterans members, Dr. Biden also mentioned another patronage of Prince Harry, Walking with the Wounded.